Hi everyone, it's Rebecca from Birmingham Centre for Arts Therapies. Today I'm going to show you how to make your very own dream catcher using a paper plate. I'm going to talk you through the materials that we will actually need in order to make a dream catcher. So number one, a paper plate. If you don't have a paper plate, you can use a cardboard box or you can use a cereal box as well, that's really good. Some wool or string, or both. Feathers are really great because we can add decoration with them. I picked up a few pens in order to decorate, glue tack and a pencil to pierce the holes. If you have a hole punch, fab, but I don't have my hole punch today, so I'm going for the old pencil and glue tack. You will need a bowl or plate just so we can draw a circle onto our plate to start cutting out. Also need some scissors to cut the wool and to cut the paper plate as well. Step one, you'll need to get your paper plate and we're going to cut out a circle on the paper plate. Using a pencil and the bowl or the plate, we're going to place it on top of the plate so it's more or less in the centre. Next step, we're going to just draw around the plate. So we've got an outline of a circle. What we need to do next is fold the plate in half, but don't crease it. So if you just gently fold it without making a crease if you can. Paper plate is folded and we're just going to make a cut in the middle. So we have a little slit in the middle to start cutting out our circle. So I've got my circle and now we're ready to start putting holes around the edge of the plate, and I'll need my pencil and a blob of glue tack for this. Remember to put some paper onto the table, just saves you getting paint and a felt pen everywhere, and it's easier to clean up then as well. I'm going to just mark where I want to put the holes into the paper plate. So I've tried to even the dots out as much as I can, and it's important not to get them too close to the edge, otherwise your dream catcher might rip when you're making it. I've got my blue tack, I'm just going to pop it onto the table, and now what I'm doing is piercing the holes with a pencil. Like I said before, if you've got a hole punch, fab, that would be really good and it'll be easier, but it's okay just to use the pencil and the blue tack as well. Okay, so I'm going to rest the plate on the blue tack, and where I've made a hole, push the pencil into the plate. So the blue tack will just save the pencil from going into the surface that you're working on, and it's a safer way of working as well. So I'm going to do the same process all the way around the plate. Okay, so I've got my plate, my circle's cut out, and I've got all of the holes around the edge of the plate. Now what we need to do is start decorating. So for this step, I've got some felt pens, but you can use paint, you can decorate it with cutouts from magazines, you can use stickers. This is entirely up to you, and I want you to be as creative as possible. So I've got my plate and it's decorated. I've gone for a metallic bronzy goldy colour. So the next step is to choose the colour of the string or the wool that we're going to use for the inside of the dream catcher. So cut quite a large amount of string, and we're going to take the end, just cut this down so it's not frayed. So what we're going to do is thread the string through the plate and tie a knot, so like that, and pull that so it's tight, and now bring this piece and thread it through the hole next. So we've got a zigzag started. Now what we're going to do is continue making this zigzag shape onto our plate until all of the holes are occupied. So we're just keeping the thread tight. If your string or your wool does get frayed, you might just need to cut the end off, and that'll be easier for you to thread again. So as you can see, I've not finished yet, but it's formed a star shape, which I quite like, so you could keep it like that, but I'm going to carry on just to show you what it looks like when it's finished. So once you're happy with your paper plate dreamcatcher design, we need to tie another hole, tie it into a double knot as well. And then just cut the excess off. And the same for the knot that you made at the start. And now our pattern for our dreamcatcher is done. Just make sure you don't pull the thread too tight when you're making your pattern, because it'll start to distort the shape of the plate, and we don't really want that. I'm going to make the dangly bits, and what we need to do is we need 3 holes. If you want more holes on the bottom, then that's fine, but we're going to just mark out 3 holes. So I've got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Same process again with your blue tack. Pop your blue tack on the table and then just rest your paper plate on top of the blue tack. Pierce your holes, so there's 1. And then we're just going to make a hole at the top so we can hang the dreamcatcher up when we're finished. So you should have 1 hole here and 3 at the bottom, or more than 3 if you want to go for more than 3 for your design. Well, I'm using the same wool, but you can change the colour if you want to. Next, we're going to thread the wool through the bottom hole and then just make a knot. This section is entirely up to you, so you can make these bits as long as you want to or as short as you want to. Maybe like 30 centimetres. There we go. Exactly the same for the other 2, but you can change the length of the pieces of string. It's entirely up to you. Okay. So you should have 3 pieces of string dangling from your dreamcatcher. You can leave these bits longer or you can cut them. So I've just cut the excess string off, and now we need to make a hoop for the top so we can hang it. What we do is thread some string through the top hole that we made and just tie yourself a knot. So we've got a hoop. Time to add some decoration onto the end of our dreamcatcher. I'm going to add some feathers and tie them on, but if you don't have feathers you can use pasta. Pasta's really good because you can paint it, tie it on, and I think that would make a really good effect as well. I've got my feather, I've got my string which is attached to the dreamcatcher, and I'm just going to tie a knot around the feather. Tied a knot around the feather to secure it. You can add more if you want to. You can add different colours. I've got my feathers on for decoration, and now our dreamcatcher is ready to hang. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Would love to see some of the photos of the dreamcatchers that you get making. Hope you had fun and stay safe.